Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some more shorter-term and longer-term technical analysis on Bitcoin. This actually applies to both time frames, because in today's video, we're going to be looking at a technical indicator that I have never once in the history of this entire channel talked about on video. That would be none other than the Ichimoku Cloud. You guys have been wanting me to do some analysis with the Ichimoku Cloud, and I've never really been the biggest fan of it, but now that I've done some more research on it, now that I've looked into it more, I actually think it's going to become part of my trading strategy, and it's probably going to be a video going into CT2A on it. But in today's video, specifically to introduce the Ichimoku Cloud on this channel, I am going to be showing you guys what it is predicting about our current market, because the fact of the matter is, the weekly chart with the Ichimoku Cloud overlaid on top of it is looking absolutely ridiculously bullish. Some people disagree with that analysis. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but we're going to find out in today's video. I would love to hear your takes on this in the comment section down below. Anyway, guys, before we dive on into it, there is one thing I just first want to mention, and that would be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, as you know, CT2A is on sale. The June 2020 coupon code is active, and yes, after everything I've just researched, there will be a video coming to CT2A on the Ichimoku Cloud, on the TD Sequential, and several other technical indicators. Everyone who joins CT2A today will get access to all current and all future content. But anyway, more on that at the end of the video. But for now, though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. And also, guys, before we get started, I have something that I need to ask of you. I have a friend of mine who has no idea that I'm doing this, by the way. He's my personal trainer, and he's the one that's helping me, like, work out and, you know, not look like a toothpick and all. And he is starting a personal training business, and I'm his first client. I've been working with him for about 4 months. Very good at what he does. Even if you're not interested in personal training, guys, do it as a favor to me. Go and follow him on Instagram. I want to see him having, like, 1,000 followers on this business account he has made for himself by the end of today. I want you guys to post all kinds of comments on here also so that you know it's not a bunch of bots, and don't tell him where you came from. It would be so fun. I cannot wait to see his reaction to this. It's going to be hilarious. That's at Tim and Tay Fitness. That will be linked in the description down below. Please, guys, go follow Tim. He's a great guy, and he deserves all of your followers. So give him a hand. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Anyway, as you guys know, Bitcoin has gotten very, very far into our consolidation pattern here, especially when you look at it on the 4-hourly chart and take a look at the entire span of this massive rally that we've been in. You start to realize, yeah, Bitcoin is very constricted. Look at how close the trading range for Bitcoin is. It's ridiculous how small that trading range is. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, bring up the Bollinger Bands, you can see just how constricted they're getting. Get rid of this little movement right here, and they'd be even more constricted than that. But while Bitcoin is doing all of that constriction, it's hitting its head right against this downtrending level of resistance and against $10,000. Now, it's interesting because while, yes, we do have resistance right over here, and we do have resistance right over here, and we do have our long-term downtrending level of resistance as resistance, it would make sense that we're finding a rejection at this level, but it's also a little strange because other than just being $10,000, what is a big level of resistance that's sitting here? I mean, there's nothing really noteworthy on the VPVR. Looking back over here into 2018, there's not much noteworthy there. We had a high at $10,000, but that was over 2 years ago now. There are, of course, no moving averages up here we're rejecting off of, so where is this level actually coming from? Surely there must be something else showing that level as resistance. And of course there is, or I wouldn't have introduced the video like that, guys. It is none other than the top band of the Kumo Cloud on the Ichimoku Cloud indicator. When you plug in traditional cryptocurrency variables into the Ichimoku Cloud, there are different ones for different markets, and overlay it on the weekly chart, you come to find something very, very interesting. This high right here, this high right here, and this high right here, all three of those have been around $10,000. That is a big level of resistance. That would make sense. But they have also been around the top of this Ichimoku Kumo Cloud. Furthermore, as Bitcoin has been trending to the downside here, you can see all of our support levels have been sitting around the bottom lead of the Kumo Cloud on the Ichimoku Cloud indicator. But let's back up. We've never talked about Ichimoku Cloud on this channel before. Many of you guys are probably not very familiar with it, so I'm going to do a little bit of a brief rundown of what the Kumo clouds, the actual colored clouds, are. There are other parts of Ichimoku, but we're not interested in them for today's video anyway. Kumo clouds in the Ichimoku Cloud indicator can be either green, as we saw right here, or red, as we saw right here. When they are green, they're normally going to act as support for an uptrending market. As we can see on the daily chart, as Bitcoin would pull back during 2016 and 17, Bitcoin would almost always pull back into a green support Kumo cloud right there, and etc. The red clouds, on the other hand, often act as resistance, and we see very, very clear examples of the Kumo clouds being resistance in 2018. As we saw, the bottom lead of the Kumo cloud was resistance right here, right there, right there, and right there. There were a lot of people that called $8,400 as the resistance level back in 2018. I remember this. They called it, and a big reason that they called it was because of the Kumo cloud. And of course, guys, there are all kinds of different technical signals you can get from the Kumo clouds. One of the biggest ones are the crosses from green Kumo clouds into red Kumo clouds. These clouds essentially act just like any other level of support and resistance, and we are seeing the exact same thing happen in our market right now out on the weekly chart. Guys, the Kumo clouds out on the weekly chart are a little bit weird on Bitcoin because it is such a long-term technical, but in the last year, Bitcoin has actually found the Kumo clouds to be relatively important on Bitcoin. As you can see, they predicted the top on Bitcoin back over around 11.5, and right when that cross happened from a green Kumo cloud to a red Kumo cloud, that was when we really decisively started moving into a downtrend rather than a sideways pennant that we were talking about back then. If you will remember, it looked like that. Instead of breaking to the upside, we broke to the downside. Why? Probably because we weren't able to finish getting through the Kumo cloud and break all of the resistance levels that we needed to. So ever since then, we've been inside of this descending, expanding trading channel that looks something like that and is roughly mirrored by the Kumo cloud. But what does this actually have to do with our market? Well, first of all, I want to mention it's interesting that Bitcoin is sitting in a red cloud and using it as resistance. That doesn't happen much, and it actually indicates that Bitcoin could have very easily gone much lower to the downside simply because those red clouds are normally going to sit far above the level that the market is trading at, and when you so much as enter the bottom of a red cloud, that's going to be a big sign of resistance. To give you a place for those thoughts to land, what I'm saying here is that normally with red clouds, you will try to enter the bottom lead and you won't be able to get through it. But if you can get really far into the bottom lead, there's a chance that you'll actually break it. That's exactly what we saw right over here. Bitcoin got into the bottom of the Kumo cloud, sat down there for a while, and then blasted through the top of it. Right when we got through the top of the red part of the Kumo cloud, that's when Bitcoin started moving. And then very soon thereafter, of course, we had a bullish cross between the two leads of the Kumo clouds. And remember that, guys, what happened when Bitcoin got above the top lead of the red Kumo cloud? Massive breakout and massive bull run and rally started. Normally, in a normal market, Bitcoin you would expect to be trading down here and hitting its head against resistance at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. Instead, we're using the bottom of the Kumo cloud as support. And by the way, out on the weekly chart, there's not a lot of history for the Kumo clouds. All we've really seen happen on a red Kumo cloud on Bitcoin weekly is that Bitcoin traded sideways into it and broke bullish, and then guess what? Used the top as resistance. The fact that Bitcoin is able to trade inside of the Kumo cloud, if you guys don't know about Ichimoku, normally when Bitcoin is trading inside of a cloud, that indicates that a trend reversal of some kind is coming. In this case, we're in a downtrend, and that would be a trend reversal to the upside or a bullish trend reversal. Because think about it, if you're trading sideways and you rally up into the cloud and you're trading sideways inside of the cloud, that means that you're consolidating and coming together and building a foundation inside of the cloud, which is going to allow you to break to the upside. Essentially acts as a bull or a bear flag. Right now, we're actually kind of using it as a bull flag because we technically speaking, look at this, technically speaking, about a year ago, we broke into the Kumo cloud, and we've just been trading inside of it ever since, which acts pretty much as one massive bull flag, which indicates that hopefully Bitcoin would break to the upside. Guys, but I can't stress enough, the fact that Bitcoin is trading against the top of the Kumo cloud right here is important for two reasons. Number one, it indicates that there is a lot of bullish strength in Bitcoin, and number two, it's important because if Bitcoin is able to break above this Kumo cloud, all of a sudden, we have a major weekly chart technical shift in the market from sideways trading to bullish trading. Remember what happened back here when Bitcoin broke above and stayed above the red of the Kumo cloud. Bitcoin in 2016 did that. That was the last time in history Bitcoin did that. And what did it do? We saw a bull market of biblical proportions to follow. So is the point of this video to make you FOMO? Is the point of this video to make you go and buy in a bunch of Bitcoin? Is the point of this video to make you go absolutely hog wild in favor of Bitcoin? No, it's not. The point of this video, my friends, is to talk about a technical indicator that we have not talked about very much on this channel, if at all, and that we are going to be using more in future videos. I wanted to show you this pattern because it actually makes a whole lot of sense for where Bitcoin is. And by the way, credit where credit's due, Four Flies is the one that pointed this out in a recent video. I encourage you to go check out his video on the Kumo clouds and the Ichimoku cloud indicator in general. He is where I first saw this, so gotta, throw some credit. I'm not this smart, I just saw it in another video, and I'm giving my take. His take on this is completely different. You may have a completely different take on what the Kumo cloud means for Bitcoin. I would love to hear your take on that in the comments section down below. Do you agree, disagree? Are you neutral about how I'm reading this indicator? I would love to hear your opinion in the comments section below this video. But guys, before we wrap out this video, there is one more thing that I want to mention, and that would be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, as you know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes with preparations to grow and expand this channel. I can't talk about everything that's going on camera, but everything is looking good. By the end of this year, we're expecting to have grown quite substantially, and we're going to be bringing you guys really high-quality content. The way that we're able to do that and fund this, because running a business is not inexpensive. If you've never run a business, you might not understand how much money it goes, and how much money and specifically work and time goes into running one. What we have done here with the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is we've set up a beautiful exchange between us and between you guys, where we teach you and cut down on that learning curve for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies from a couple thousand hours. Honestly, guys, I've told you this in many videos. It took me over a year working every single day in these markets. Many hundreds or even thousands of hours. I don't know. I didn't keep a timesheet, but it's probably somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 hours I spent learning everything that went into this academy. As I said in yesterday's video, let's say it took you 1,000 hours to learn everything that we teach in CT2A that you can go through in 10 hours. In 1,000 hours, if you were working a W-2 minimum wage job at $9 an hour, that's minimum wage around here is like $8.55 or whatever. 1,000 hours times $9 an hour, you could have made $9,000 working minimum wage with that much time. With a $40 off coupon code June 2020, CT2A is 10 hours long, and you will be able to get through all of that for $209. There are people selling courses like this for over $1,000, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have a problem with that. I think you could charge a little bit less, and it'd be more accessible to people. That's why we charge less than that. I think that's the kind thing to do, and we're still able to support the business, so I want to be able to teach as many of you guys as possible. But I honestly don't have a problem with someone's charging $1,000 for a course if it does what they say it does. Because at the end of the day, guys, let me be straight up and honest and clear with you. Teaching yourself technical analysis is very possible. That's what I did. I didn't have a course. I wish I had a course. Believe me, I would have bought it in a heartbeat, but I didn't have a course. You can teach yourself on your own, but it's going to take a while. In fact, it's going to take a very long while, and it's not even the time that's the problem. If you enjoy doing it, you go right ahead and do it. However, the problem becomes that if you're 200 or 300 hours into learning this stuff, you've been working for weeks and weeks and weeks, 3 or 4 hours a day, and you're not seeing any progress. You're just grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding, and you're still unprofitable because for the first 6 or 12 months, you're probably going to be unprofitable. It's very easy for you to lose motivation. It's very easy for you to throw in the towel and give up because you don't know what you're doing and you're just not ready yet. The only reason that I got through the first 12 months of cryptocurrency, that's the survival phase for anyone getting into cryptocurrency. The only reason that I was able to get through that is because I didn't have a choice. Most of you guys are blessed enough to have a choice in the matter. I didn't. I had to make it work because it was the only way that I was going to get out of the situation I was in. You guys have a choice, and that's dangerous because it's going to mean that 300, 400, 500 hours in, when you're still not profitable learning this on your own, you're going to give up and you're going to quit. I want to make sure that doesn't happen to you because cryptocurrency has changed my life, and I know it can change yours. If you want to learn technical analysis and learn how to profit in these markets, you're going to want a place to start, and the link is in the description down below. Remember what I said, guys. Even if you spend only 100 hours learning all this stuff on your own, 100 hours times $9 an hour, that's $900. CT2A is $209 after the $40 off coupon code that we're gracious enough to give. It's simply a question of what is your time worth to you. It's really that simple. Guys, if you're serious about technical analysis and learning crypto, $209 is not that much money. And all of that money does not go into my pockets. In fact, like 80% of the money that I have access to is either in Bitcoin and I can't touch it, or it's in the business and I can't touch it. I don't actually have much money personally. Pretty much all the money made from CT2A stays in the business and gets reinvested. I haven't bought myself anything fancy in like 12 months. So all the money that is made from CT2A goes right back into reinvesting into this free content on YouTube. So you can rest assured, not only are you getting a good value, you're also putting resources into a good project. Guys, there is a 14-day money-back refund guarantee on CT2A. Yes, we do take Bitcoin payments, and yes, CT2A is a lifetime membership. There are people that joined nearly 2 years ago that still have access to all current and all future content. But guys, that is going to wrap it for today's video. Like I said, please go follow my friend Tim on Instagram. I want to see him having like 1,000. He's got 14 followers right now because he hasn't promoted it at all. It's a new account. I want to see him at like 1,014 followers by the end of the day. He has no idea I'm doing this. It's not like he watches these videos. He's not going to know I did it. I'm just going to be like around him one day and he's just going to randomly say, where'd all these followers come from? And I'm just going to sit there chuckling and like laughing and giggling and letting him believe that he did it. Make sure you go follow him. He's a great guy. Really is. Can't speak highly enough about my friend Tim. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, I do just want to say one thing, and I want to say it like 3 or 4 times, but I want to shout it from the rooftops, but I'm only going to say it a couple. Thank you guys for everything you've done and helped with this channel. I can't believe we're getting like 10 to 15,000 views on every video. I remember when we got like 50 views on a video once, and I thought that was crazy. I was just blown away. I was like, whoa, we got a lot of views. and now we're getting nearly 500,000 views a month. Guys, that's ridiculous. We're getting ranked number 1, 2, and 3 for Bitcoin some days. That's incredible. Really, thank you guys, because we've worked a lot on this. We've worked very hard, long hours on this, but it wouldn't have been possible without you, the viewer. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We're going to do great things. We're going to be very good stewards of the success you guys have blessed us with, and I'm really looking forward to the good things we can do in this world. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy the journey. It's going to be a wild ride. But anyway, guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.